Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. I'm just going to get on my own live here. Where am I? There we are. So I can see the chat. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. This is Psychic Cafe. Yay. I feel all jewelry-y today. Hey, King Dragon, my God. How are you? You're good. Welcome back. You were on my first one, weren't you? I remember. That was cool. Really getting into this now. It's my new routine, making my coffee and getting on the live in the morning after my meditation. Actually woke up really early again this morning, 2 hours ago, so that's cool. And they're getting a bit more structured, these now, so I'm doing the it's coffee because it's 8 o'clock in the morning for me. What time is it for you? So I make myself a filtered coffee. I've got this, I've got a hand grinder, and I've got this, like the Vietnamese sieve things you pop on the top of your cup, put the coffee in it, and then pour the coffee through it. I've got one of those. Oh, so it's the evening for you, is it? 8 p.m. So it'll be tea for you. Can you drink coffee in the afternoon or the evening? I can't. I've got to stop at about midday. Sometimes I can go to 1 o'clock. If I drink it any later than that, I won't be able to sleep. But weirdly enough, if I'm trying to get to sleep, if I've woken up in the middle of the night, say, and I feel a little bit hungry and so I can't get back to sleep, if I have a coffee, I'll get back to sleep. So it kind of works the other way around in the middle of the night for me. But just that having a warm drink in my belly, like I wouldn't have real coffee, just the crappy Nescafe stuff, which doesn't have so much of a caffeine effect for me anyway. But yeah, if I have it in the middle of the night, I can go back to sleep like belly full of warm liquid, like a baby, a baby with a warm bottle that falls asleep. Oh, you gave up coffee? Oh, good job. Yeah. I've been watching some YouTube videos lately about how coffee isn't that good for us. There's mixed opinions on it. It's not that it's all good or all bad like anything else, really. Although I guess some things are all bad in our diet. But yeah, I like the ritual of it. I understand not to rely on it that it's not a good thing to rely on it for energy. So if we're using it because we're too tired and we're using it to unlock our energy, it's not a good thing. If we're suppressing lack of energy, do you know what I mean? So if we've not got the right nutrition or exercise so that we're feeling vibrant anyway and we've unlocked our own energy, if we're kind of using it to cover up symptoms, is what I'm saying. It's not such a good thing, but I feel great in the mornings anyway. I just love it. It's delicious. Why did you give it up? Oh, wow. You had a heart attack. Yeah. Yeah, I guess if you're a stressed out person, if you've got a lot of that going on, adrenaline and all of that, then coffee's not going to be good for you. I'm the other way around. I'm chilled out and very relaxed lifestyle, and I think that's something that really helps this anti-aging thing as well. Lots of meditation, lots of relaxation, complete freedom to do what I want to do, to be able to look after myself. Heart event. Nobody attacked. Heart didn't attack you. My heart's attacking me. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, so I understand why people would need to give it up. Don't really feel the need to do it myself. Also, I do intermittent fasting or time-restricted eating sometimes. And so that's just a way to get lots of health benefits. It's a way to lose weight too, but I don't really need to lose weight anymore. I use it for other health benefits. And so that just means like restricting the period in which you eat in the daytime I do it for 6 hours when I'm doing it. And so then I have coffee. For the morning. So I'll only start eating at midday or 1 o'clock when I do that. And so I use coffee in the morning. Black coffee. Cool. Oh, welcome. So I watched the Daily Read today. What was it about? Oh, it was about relationship things ending. Hello, who's that? Puzzle of Life. Hello, how are you? Where are you from? Where are you watching from, Puzzle of Life? So yeah, the Daily Read today, it's about endings in relationships, not particularly relationships ending, but it's about stopping doing certain things in relationships. So if you're in certain relationships and you're trying to change them instead of accepting them for who they are, it's time to quit that stuff. If you are in relationships that aren't good for you, yeah, you can get rid of those ones. If you are, say, in a battle in a relationship with someone, it might be the day to just give that battle up. So it's about ending patterns in relationships today. So that's interesting. So let's go into a little bit more detail about that, or about whatever our guides want to tell us about today. So a bit more about the energies. Ooh, so yeah, relationships again. Facing up to situations in relationships. Are you avoiding communication because you're not sure of how someone's going to react, and you don't know if it's going to change the status quo? You're not sure you're ready for the changes that you facing up to something in a relationship might instigate. And the guidance is to face these situations, but do it with a lot of respect, do it with a lot of self-respect and respect for the other person as well. Coffee. I like the way that when I do this in the Psychic Cafe, it goes deeper into it. It goes deeper into more guidance for what it's been going on about in the daily reads. Message retracted. Oh, how do you do that? I think many people are learning to remove toxic people or situations from their lives. Yeah, that's me. That's me in the last 48 years of my life. That's been like everything. And learning, not just doing that, not just learning how to recognize it and then get rid of them out of my life. It's learning how to recognize them in the first place. It's having different patterns of openness, of how I'm open when I first meet people, and not waiting for people to show me who they are. It's like not necessarily flinging open my doors and letting everyone in as I used to. I'm a little bit wiser about it now. I give myself time and I give people time to show me who they are. I'm open, but I'm not like, you're my new best friend straight away, unless I've had a lot of alcohol, and then I'm like that. So yeah, about removing toxic people, but also about changing your patterns so that you're not doing the same things that allowed them in the first place. And that can go into self-respect. It can go into all kinds of things, self-value, feeling how you feel, and instead of ignoring that and recognizing what people do to you, whether people bring your energy down, drain you or whatever, or are just toxic, so you feel completely stressed out or whatever. I meet many people now who are thinking along the same lines. That's awesome. Yeah. Because it's great when we're all going through this together, when we're learning together how to do it. I'm pretty good at it now. I'm really good at it now. And I've really needed that. Smart thinking, that's it. You've got to be smart about things. Hey, Mariam, how are you? Where are you listening from, watching from? Yeah, Mariam, I'm just doing the going deeper into the energies for today for everyone first. Then I'm going to pick out some Texas. Cool. Then I'm going to pick out some my 4 cards for the day, and then I'm going to give everyone a reading. So stick around. I won't be long. Yeah, as you mature in age, you realize you have limited time. unlimited energy too. And for me, it's been like realizing that I'm here for me. I'm alive for me. This is my life, to do with what I want, and I'm really important. And that's been huge for me. That's been like a recent thing that's been huge for me. So yeah, about relationships today: respect yourself, respect them, face up to situations. Don't be fearful of the changes that it might bring about, because like if there's something inside you you've got to communicate within a relationship, you know what that is. So go ahead and do it. Also, for those relationships that you need to detach from completely, so it's not just about stopping trying to change someone, or stopping arguing with someone, or stopping a particular pattern with someone. If there's relationships like the toxic relationships that you just need to quit completely, don't let them try and pull you back into it. So don't let them play the shame card or the guilt card and all of that. Don't get hooked into that. Because a lot of the times these toxic situations that we're in, there'll be manipulation, there'll be that kind of stuff going on. So you can't expect them to play fair. And so just stay firm in your decision to detach, and don't be swayed by that. That's good advice. So yeah, we're sorting out relationships today. Wow. Yeah. On the same page. Oh, for sure. Quality over quantity. Yeah. And when you get to the point where you're really happy by yourself, you're happy in your own space, spending time by yourself, then you're not trying to fill up your time with other people. That difference between being alone and loneliness. When you don't have the loneliness thing going on, then you're not trying to connect with people. And it's when people have that, when they're not happy with themselves in their own space, being by themselves, that's when they try and fill the time up with other people, end up with the quantity and with not particularly aligned with them, or aligned in that opposite way. So if you have a problem, you're going to attract someone that has the antidote for that, or to show you what that problem is. So they're kind of opposites, but it's still alignment, because you're attracting each other. I think we allow people in to learn. Yeah, we do. But if we're manipulating or off kilter, the universe often delivers exactly what we give out or did. Yeah. So there's there's that alignment. So there's if you're owning who you are, if you're really happy with who you are, you attract someone who's got similar, yeah, and you feel that connection. If you've got an issue, sure, you might attract friends that have got a similar issue. You've got that attraction pattern going on, but you're also going to attract the people that have the opposite, or the it's like the empath and the narcissist come together. You've got the opposite traits to teach each other. And it's those ones that are the tricky ones. So yeah, attraction works both ways, and it's all alignment. So, all about relationships today. What are my full cards for today? I had a really bizarre day yesterday. It was funny. So I went to go see my friends. I haven't seen them for a while because they've been on the mainland, but and I hadn't realised that. I just have not seen them for a while, and I went, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I just came home from the mainland yesterday." Wow, I didn't even know. But I went for a coffee and just to catch up, and hours later I was still there. It was funny. It was bizarre. It was really surreal. So it was my friend's birthday, and I'd completely forgotten about that. I'd completely forgotten that it was my 3-year anniversary of getting on this island too. So I've been living here for 3 years now, 3 years and 1 day now. And so that coincided with my friend's birthday. So when I realised it was his birthday, I was like, oh yeah, I've been here for 3 years. And there was another Thai guy that showed up as well, whose birthday it was too, and it's his own day off every year, he was telling us. So the birthday boys were kind of getting drunk on wine in the morning, which was really weird. My other friend wanted me to give him a massage. I used to have a massage shop, and I do, you might be able to see I'm really strong. I give real deep massage, but I go for the specific areas that really need it. So I only massage him. I'm going to massage my friend Yvonne as well. She's asked now. But yeah, I find it very physically draining if I'm massaging the wrong kind of people. And, tense people or people with weird energy. So I'll just massage 1 or 2 people now. But anyway, he wanted a massage, and I give him a 2-hour massage when I do it. So that was going on. I hadn't started the massage yet, but another of our friends he does bamboo tattoo, which is why he needs massage. I don't know if you've ever seen them do it, but they have like long bamboo with a needle at the end of it, and they do it like this. So it's very repetitive. He gets shoulder problems because of it. But he also teaches people how to do bamboo tattoo too. So one of our friends, she's there learning how to do it, and she's giving herself a tattoo on her leg, right? So she's in the shop and she's tattooing her leg. Then our other friend that lives there, he said, I'm going to do the same. So he started tattooing his leg too. He's been teaching him too. And so he starts tattooing his leg. Meanwhile, we've got like one of the long tail boats from Thailand. He buys them when they're wrecked, and he makes like furniture with them and stuff. And he's made a bar cafe there, and he's an amazing artist. He makes everything so beautiful. But there's a boat. There's like the front end of the boat is there, and then the back end is like a sitting area. It's so cool. And so he decided he wanted his massage in the boat. So set that up. Did the first hour of the massage, then he got distracted because a lot of people showed up, and we had an hour break, and then I massaged him for an hour in his shop as well after that. So yeah, hours later I was still there, and it was cool. It was just like one of those days where everyone's hanging out and bizarre things happen, and it was fun. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. So my cards, let's see what everyone's saying. Yeah, I'd love to live on a floating island like Dr. Dolittle. My island I love my island. Koh Tao it's called, which is Turtle Island. They're in the south of Thailand. It's 8 kilometers by 3 or 4 kilometers, so it's a small island. I ride around on my push bike here. It only takes me 15 minutes to ride to the other end. So it's only small. We have the community here is Western Thai and Burmese predominantly, and it's a big scuba diving place. And because it's so chilled out and everything, the kind of people that are attracted to live here are my kind of people. I love it. I love this place. It's great. So my cards, okay, I'm getting distracted. My cards are get support and abundance. Oh, cool. So, having people help me bring in that abundance. That's great. I actually reached out to someone today who would commentate that about my voice. Like I've done my own guided meditations. I don't have any of them for sale anymore, but guided meditations. I've done my own audiobooks. What else have I done? I've done like audio programs as well. This kind of thing. Anyway, he said, you got the voice for voiceover work, and you can do it from home. You've got all the equipment. I've got a really good microphone here that I use for, podcasts, radio interviews, all of that stuff. Done all of my recording on this. So you've got the equipment for it. Have you thought about doing voiceover stuff? So I'm like, I hadn't thought about that. I hadn't thought about doing it for other people. He's got a film company. So yeah, I messaged him this morning when I woke up thinking, that's a really good idea. I'll do that. So I'm like, hook me up. And my other cards are new beginning and sex. Hey, it's been ages. Did I say that aggressively? It's been ages. I used to live on a small island once. It was great. People are very nosy. Yeah. Well, it has its positives and it has its negatives. So when you're living in a small community, yes. I've always lived in holiday towns, apart from when I was at university, and then I was in a landlocked city in the UK. and the holiday towns that I've lived in. And I love the way holiday towns, busy, quiet, busy. I love that fluctuation. I love that people come to me. It's like the travel thing, but in reverse. So yeah, I love the way that the law of attraction works there, bringing me all kinds of interesting people to my doorstep. I love the whole vibe of it, that everyone's here for a good time. And but the community, because they're small places, that it's very different, isn't it? It's very different than living in bigger places. Everyone's in each other's business. You can't do anything without everyone knowing. And they make shit up too. And then they believe it. Because one person makes something up, or they've seen you chatting to someone, and then suddenly in their head they think you're together. They tell someone, and it goes over the whole island, and before you know it, you're about to get married to this person that you were giving road directions to. It's crazy. And so yeah, that kind of thing goes on. So someone was asking me what the dating scene is like here. It's like you can't date here. It just doesn't happen. Everyone knows who you are. There's no dating. You just get to know people, and then take it very seriously, a decision of whether to get into a relationship with someone, because it can change your relationship with everybody else on the island and the whole dynamics of everything. And you've got to be cool about it, especially afterward. So yeah, I've got 3 exes on the island now. They're all friends with each other, of course. Everyone knows each other. I'm friends with all of them too, so it's good. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, sex card. New beginning, that's good. It's about time. It's about time. Okay, let's do some readings for you guys. Who asked first? Personal life, was it? Mariam! Let's do Mariam's first because she asked. I'll do all of you anyway, don't worry. Mariam, what's your higher self going to say? Check in. What's up? Oh. Oh. What do you want? I don't understand that. Yeah, you can all have a reading. So Mariam's up first. Mariam. Oh, someone got this yesterday. Okay. Right, Mariam. So this is what I do, connecting with higher selves to give you useful guidance for your energy right now. What's going on in your consciousness? What's going on in your energy? So Mariam, you're in a transformation phase at the moment. I think everyone is right now. I think it's in the stars and everything. I've worked in the astrology at the moment. Everyone's being redirected to the fate, the destiny. It's like, you're not meant to be with them. You're not meant to be doing that. You're not meant to be there. It's like rearranging, it's like grabbing someone by the shoulders and turning them around to face the direction that they should be going. When you've got a toddler and they keep on wanting to go there instead of there, and you keep on turning them around, that's what's happening with everyone at the moment. And so with you in particular, this transformation is about who you are, and your ideas of who you are not who you really are. Who you've been thinking you are is more about your past self. It's not who you really are. You're way bigger and more capable, and you deserve more than who you think you are. Yeah. So yeah, your transformation at the moment is about changing your idea of who you are. And so it's like, maybe you've got people around you that are you're feeling are beyond you, or at another level than you. And I don't want to say better than you, because there's never that, but you might think, you might be presented with someone who's like, you feel is out of your league or something like that. And they're all signs to show you that they're actually a match to you, that's what you're like. You just need to own that same thing in yourself. And so, changing your ideas about who you are. Also, at the moment, you're an overthinker, Mariam. Who isn't? But yeah, you've got it bad. Thinking, especially thoughts that don't serve you, our thoughts are really powerful. So the way the law of attraction works, and the way we're like transmitters and receivers, and so a lot of the time we're just receiving thoughts, random thoughts from places, from other people, from from the TV, anything that we've got going on. We're just picking thoughts up from the collective, and that seems like the background chatter. They're all thoughts that we pick up, and when we've got a lot of that background chatter going on, if that's what is attracting, is that's what's our power is, and that's what's attracting. We're just attracting random crap instead of meditating, learning how to stop, or just give ourselves a break from that, and then have conscious thoughts. It's like, what do I really want to think about? What do I really want, and what do I really want to think about? And so that's the way to combat it, is to especially, like, you've got the up until now card as well. So this is about the same thing. It's about transforming your ideas about who you are. The cat's sitting above my laptop, above the camera, staring at me. You're a weirdo. Yeah, up until now. So thoughts about who you are up until now. Check out those thoughts, because you're also picking up on you don't just receive thoughts from other people and from the collective, you're picking up on your own thoughts as well. You're receiving your old thoughts. So start asking yourself, is this thought useful? If this thought is like my shopping list from the universe, is this what I want to be attracting? But yeah, the best way to stop the randomness, life throwing things at you, attracting random stuff, is to stop your mind from being so random. And the only way to do that is to meditate. So through meditation, you're learning to quiet that, or just to notice when it happens, and then bring yourself back to the breath, or whatever it is that is your one point of focus. And then you can take that into the rest of the day by trying to be more conscious, so being more aware of what's going on and where your emotions are trying to pull you to, or your mind's trying to pull you to, and just having more of a conscious thing going on. That's you, Mariam. Puzzle of life. What's your higher self got to say? So let's all say that this is the transformation, asking what this transformation at the moment is about for all of us. Puzzle of life. Yours is about self-acceptance and self-appreciation. So yours is inner stuff completely. How are you feeling about yourself? What you're accepting about yourself, and what you're trying to fight within yourself. So I've got this feeling that you're trying to change yourself, improve yourself, like this self-improvement. And really, self-improvement isn't self-improvement. It's learning to accept ourselves and love ourselves as we are. All of it, It's like loving our dark side. It took me a while to do that, because people get sucked into this spirituality thing, and there's a lot of people that aren't loving and accepting themselves in it, and are trying to be perfect, or trying to, be loving and kind all the time instead of just being themselves. And we're not loving and kind all the time. In fact, it's not loving to be kind all the time. It's loving to ourselves, and it's loving to other people, to be real, So the example I always give is, if you're walking down the street and you see like an adult beating up this little toddler, is it loving and kind to go, oh, well, they're just learning, and they, it's not. You step in, you step in and you stop it. That's the loving. And it's good for you, because you have an emotional reaction to it when you see it, and you've got to be loving to yourself and actually act on that to do what your emotions are telling you to do. So we've got to embrace our dark side, and it's only in the last couple of years that I've really started doing that. Really, really loving the things that I judge myself for, which aren't bad, they're not bad at all. In fact, it's stuff that I love in other people too, but I was judging myself for it. And so now, I do this. I train in Muay Thai pretty much every day. I'm really into it. And after a very violent childhood, I was so resistant to violence, very sensitive to it. Now I'm not at all. Now it's funny. Like violence isn't funny, if someone was doing it aggressively, but now I have fun with it, and I'm a strong person. And now, if someone's being cheeky, or if someone like oversteps the line, I will use my force. And that's what I was doing it for, is to embrace that side of myself. I hadn't realized I was doing it to embrace that side of myself, but I wanted to be able to defend myself and have good reactions. So I've been attacked by guys, and I want to have the reaction to defend myself or fight back straight away, and it's worked. But in the process of doing that, it's made me embrace who I really am. So this for you too, Puzzle Alive. Yeah, it's good to be strong. It's good to be a warrior. You've got to be both, right? Spiritual. Yeah. And strong. We've got to own our strength, I think as women, I know for myself, I was taught not to own my strength at all. In fact, a memory came up the other day. It was when my violent dad he'd stopped beating me up at this point. This was when I was probably about 16. He'd already stopped beating me up, but he was still beating my brother up. And I was 16, my brother would have been about 17. And my brother fought back, and it was the first time he fought back. And me and my mum were there. My mum said to me, she said, that's what it takes to stop it. She said, he won't beat him up anymore. And it's like, she said to me, this is what she said to me, that guys can do that, but we can't. Right? And I'm like, I believe that. It's like, well, guys can fight back, but women can't. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, so I've had all kinds of stuff going on about that. But yeah, accepting who you are, your dark side, really appreciating it. So stop judging yourself for anything, because everything's got a positive and a negative. Like there's a positive side of aggression, there really is. There's a positive side of strength. There's also a negative side of it. We don't need to manifest the negative sides of it. We can manifest the positive sides of it. We can express the positive sides of it, but we can only do that once we're accepting that it's within us. Yeah, it's good that he fought back, for sure. And I'm fighting back now too. And it's made all the difference, because I feel like I can be in any situation now and not feel fearful of being a victim in it. It's a puzzle of life. Appreciate yourself, accept yourself, all parts of yourself. Don't judge yourself anymore. Just look at the areas that you've been judging yourself. When you accept it, you're going to be able to express the positive sides of whatever you were judging in yourself. Also, for you, puzzle of life, meditation, you're being asked to meditate. Wow, everyone's got the same kind of stuff going on. But particularly about love. So meditation. So when this card comes out, I am love, what it means to me, and what I'm picking up from your higher self too, is you love really well. You're a really good lover. You are generous with people. You're loving with people. You do that really well. You deserve to have that same level of love back. Generally, people aren't accepting of that. They're not expecting the same level of love back. They don't realize just how much love they're giving. They don't realize how great they are, maybe in relationships, how great they are. And so not expecting that same level of love back. But if you just take a look at how great you are in relationships, what a great person you are, how loving you are, and then just think about you deserving that same level of love back. Think about what a relationship like that would be like, because you deserve that. And so meditate around that, on really feeling how great you are at loving. Because you are love. Hope that helps. Puzzle of life. Setting boundaries, yeah. Boundaries is a good one. But yours is more about the inner work, though. It's like not time to act on that yet. It's like doing the inner work to get really clear on it in yourself first, and then take it out there, set the boundaries. Yeah, it's bad the three of you didn't jump him and group together. You know, he did sort it out within himself, I think. I don't have any contact with them anymore because they're all fucked. They're all abusive, all of them. My mum, she didn't protect us, me and my brother, but she did protect herself. She was very clear with him. She was good in that way. She showed me how to be strong. Like, she didn't take it from him. If he hit her, then she would be gone for days. But you see, she didn't do the same for us. So she kind of showed me, but then told me that I couldn't do that for myself, and so I just ended up in this victimhood of all of it. My brother turned into the abuser. He was worse. He was worse than my dad. So yeah, there was. Oh, it was just so messed up. But I'm glad that I went through it, because really it's made me into who I am. Embrace your inner lioness. Yeah, be strong. If you're a strong person. Some people aren't, but I am. And yeah, and I can. And it's okay to. It's okay to be strong. Okay, I'll take your advice. I ended karmic cycles. Yes, I am a good lover. You are. You're love. You are love. One day someone will see that too. They will, and they'll see it when you see it, and when you're really, really owning it. Like, that's such a cliche, and it's like, you've got to love yourself first, but really it's true. Like, I've had so many relationships, and there's been great aspects of them, but it's only since I've been really, and it's only in the last couple of years, really loving myself, not jumping into relationships, being wiser about it. I'm waiting because I respect myself, and I don't want to open up my space or my energy to just anyone. And it's since I've been in that space that I'm attracting way better people, better for me. And I know that I deserve the best, and I'm not going to accept anything else. So there. One day someone will see that too, yeah. So they will, and they'll do it when you realize it, when you see it, and when you're fully owning that. Yikes. In an alternative universe, reality is another painful parallel dimension. You fought back and ate him. Yeah, but if I had done that, if I'd have fought back at that time, if I'd have come in just knowing all of that, I wouldn't have had this life experience that I've had. And I'm sure there's been a lot of victimhood in it. So I went from being total victim in my family, and then attracting similar, abusive relationships. Crazy. Like, my first boyfriend tried to kill me. Just crazy abuse through my 20s. And then into my 30s, I thought and I started healing it into my 30s. Still, every now and then, there would be an abusive person, and I'd let them in. And now in my 40s, and it's like, so the stuff that's been happening, it's been very interesting. And the wisdom that's come from it is, and who I am as a result. Like, I wouldn't be as strong if I hadn't have gone through all of that. We've got to experience these challenges, because it makes us who we are. Like, you don't see anybody who's doing anything great or who is great who hasn't gone through the challenges. It's always people who are doing great things or are great people. They've been through great challenges, because it grows us. Yeah, and we go through this, and it's lessons, it's challenges, it's life. That's what it is, life. Think of it like a movie or theatrical production, playing varied roles. Yeah, and learning. Yeah, and what comes up in a lot of people's readings is, especially when I'm doing like the breakthrough sessions. So my breakthrough sessions are like the readings on Skype, is what they are. So it's for when people say, like me. So say me, 30-year-old me would have had a breakthrough session with someone like me to get to the bottom of these patterns, the family patterns that were running my behaviors and stuff. And so what I do, like with myself, at that time I would have told myself about my dad and what was going on for him spiritually, what he was learning and stuff like that, how he thought he was doing the best for me, and all of that kind of information. And the same with my mum too. My mum was emotionally abusive more than anything. She had a bit of violence going on too, a little bit. Freaky. It's emotional. She's a disturbed woman. But yeah, going into why they're like that, what's going on spiritually for them, what they're here to learn, why I chose to go through that experience, all of that, and all of that information. When I give people that information, it just makes it so easy to let it go. It's like, oh, that's why, and then you can start taking the positives from it. Yeah. So I try to do that for myself. It's easier for me to do it with other people, but I've learned it the long way for myself, which makes it why I can do this for other people, why I can help other people in this way. Exactly. Otherwise, it would be stagnant and boring. Life would be boring if we didn't have challenges. Yeah. So if we could like instantly manifest anything that we wanted without any resistance to it, imagine how boring that would be. It's like, what would be the point? In fact, I had that, when back in my 20s, when I believed what I was told by society of what life was about, I was 29. I had 3 children, a husband. I had a brand new car, a new Beetle that I bought with cash. How cool was that? I love that car. I had a house worth £250,000 in the UK. Which is a 6-bedroom house. It was awesome. I'd renovated it. It was cool. I didn't buy it for that. I bought it for 70,000. I made a lot of money on that house for my ex-husband and me. But yeah, so I had, I was working term time, so I had my time with my kids. So I had a bit of freedom going on there. I was working corporate. I had lots of money. I had lots of holidays. And I was like, this is boring. It's like, I've done what society says that I should do. I've got everything. And it's not very exciting. I'm not liking it very much. It's like, if this is what life is all about, and I'm like 29 and I've already done it, what the hell? Like, what the hell? I don't want to be here anymore. I'd rather kill myself now than spend another, 60 years of this. Why would I want to just keep on, And yeah, that's the point I got to. And of course, that's when my spiritual stuff opened up, asking those questions. It's like, I snapped. I was like, this is boring. If this is all it's at, I don't want to be here anymore. There's got to be more to life. Is there more to life? And then all of this magical stuff started happening. It was like, yes, there's more to life. Like, cool. And so I quit it all. Gave up the husband. Sold the house. Eventually the car. Moved to another country. Before I did that, I moved to Australia. If you can't tell by the accent that changed. Got away from the family. Eventually cut off ties from the family after I'd been in Australia for a while, and with our visits got to see a concentrated version of their behaviour and really recognise what they're like and that they're not going to change, and that I'm not accepting of that kind of abuse anymore. So challenges made me who I am. Yeah, I was strong enough spiritually. This is a question I asked myself. It's like, why? What makes me different than my brother? What makes me go through the same upbringing and him turn into an abuser and me turn into a victim? What does that? Huh? What makes someone go along with it and another person stand up to it or become a victim of it? and then eventually stand up to it. And that's all I can come up with is like strength of spirit. It's like our spirit, our higher self. It must be that. It must just be the strength of spirit. Found the pirate's life. Yeah, I was always a gypsy at heart. Hey, whenever I remember like watching TV as a kid and films and stuff. And you know the westerns with the horse. You know those little caravans in western things that are drawn by horses. That I was like, yeah, that's the life for me. You know, I did end up buying. I've had like two Volkswagen combis that I've traveled in. One in the UK. I traveled all around Europe with my kids before I left for Australia. That was so much fun. We went around for 2 months all around Europe. It was so much fun. And then when I got to Australia, I bought one too. I lived in it for a while until I got settled. So not so much a pirate's life, although I did live on a yacht a few years ago as well. Not like a pirate, more like a queen. To be honest, more like a queen. I wrote a book when I was living on that yacht too. My last book, Having It All. We can create our own story, make the best out of it. Main thing is doing our true passion. It is, yeah, true passion. And those passions change as well, I've found. Changes, but it stays along the same lines, you know. You can love them from a distance. I can love them. Yeah, I have compassion for them. I see the patterns. I'm sorry that they aren't at the point, or I don't think they are. I don't know what they're doing now, but that they weren't at the point that to become aware of it or heal themselves from it. But that's that's their thing. It's up to them. It's their life, their journey. Distance can make the heart grow stronger. King, for sure. Okay, King, Dragon by God. Let's do this. I'm presuming you want to read it. You probably asked for it. I wonder if you're in a relationship or not, because your first card's out is your thoughts about being alone. Your beliefs around that aren't useful to you. Yeah. So what beliefs do you have about being alone? Because your higher self is saying that your beliefs about it aren't useful. I was told as a kid, as a girl, that relationship was everything. That who chose me, who I was like an appendage to a man kind of thing. Which was bizarre because I'm very similar to my dad. He's an entrepreneur. So it's saying entrepreneurial spirit strong. I'm very similar to him, which made me not accept myself too, because of course he had all of these negative sides of him, the violence. And I didn't want to see myself in him because of that, because I was rejecting those sides of him. And yeah, and it's interesting now I'm doing the Muay Thai. It's like now I've got the same qualities as him, really similar. But I hope that I'm positively expressing them. What beliefs do you have about being alone? Are you going to own up to them on here? But yeah, so whatever that is, your higher self is saying it's not useful. Your beliefs that aren't useful. So sort that out. Worrying has you not allowing support in, right? So I'm trying to think, because I had a clear picture. When someone's worried about something and they don't actually let the solution in, even though it can be right in front of them. There's that, I can't remember whose book it was in, but somebody, someone was relaying some book that I read. They were relaying this experience that they went through where they were at a bus stop. And there was a woman at the bus stop, and she's stressed out and she's complaining about everything, and she's loudly complaining about everything, that the buses don't show up and blah, 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 blah. And she needs to get somewhere. And she was in this real stressed out state. And they were explaining that bus after bus came along, and she was still stood there and she was complaining. She couldn't actually see them. She couldn't actually see the buses that were right there in front of her, because she was a completely different vibration to it. And so that's one example of where being in a negative emotional state with a negative focus, the negative focus gives us the negative emotional state. The emotional state is like an indicator of it. Actually shifts our reality. It stops us from seeing what's right in front of us. So worry stops us from seeing the solutions that are right in front of us. So it could be like as simple as like you're worried that you're not going to have the money to pay your rent, but and there's a bag in front of you, and in one of the compartments of your handbag there is the money. The cash is in there. You forgot that you put it in there ages ago, and it's right there, but it's right in front of you, but you don't have access to it because you're worried about it. It can be like that. And so your higher self is saying that particularly worry is stopping you from letting support in. So you're worried about other people. Are you still defensive toward other people? Are you worried that if they support you that they're going to want something back? They're going to think that you owe them something? It could be that. So yours is kind of cryptic. Your higher self is asking you questions. What are these thoughts and beliefs that you've got about being alone? And what is it that's stopping you from letting that support in? What are you worried of? What are you worried about? Often the thing that we're worried about isn't what we do ourselves. So like, for example, if somebody asked you for something, to help them with something, there's no way that you would reject that. There's no way that you would do it for them and then think that they owed you. There's no way that you would do it for them and then resent them for it. There's no way that you would do it and then attack them for it later. You just wouldn't do those things yet. It could be that you are expecting that kind of behavior from other people. And again, that goes into what we think we deserve. We deserve the same treatment as we would give out. And it's only when we really own who we are and how good we are and that we deserve that same back, start being choosy about that and just letting those things in. That we can actually change those patterns. Also about support, and I've been going on about it in the dailies lately because the guides have been going on about it, is you've got to go to the right people. And so a lot of the time, like, people can be in like victim mode and they're like, no one ever helps me, no one ever does anything for me. And then then they'll go and they'll be like, they go to the wrong people for the support that they want. They're like, so I asked the beggar on the street if he could get me a meal and he didn't. It's like, well, what did you do that for? Why didn't you go to your friend that's got who's really successful? I'm like, oh, I can't do that. But a lot of people will, when they're out of alignment with the support, with allowing support in, they go to the wrong people. It's like relationships, getting into relationships with people that can't love because they're so messed up about themselves, and then you try and get them to love you, and they can't. They don't have it within themselves to give it out. So a lot of us do that. We all do it. We'll go to the wrong people we go to the people and expecting them to give us what we're wanting, the support that we're wanting, but we go to the wrong people, the people that can't, the people that don't have it. Hey, Tatty, is it Tatty Barnes? Yes, you can ask questions. Yeah, so ask your higher self a question, or if you've got questions about what I do, or psychic, or anything that you've experienced, go ahead, ask questions. I fired all the doctors, became a witch doctor. Yes, Miss KMS, you can have a reading. Bag of cash. Yeah, and it happens. It happens. That kind of stuff happens. Stuff that's right in front of us, and we don't have access to it. How many times do you hear that as well? When people say the stories of their soulmates, it's like they were right in front of them for so long, and they didn't see them. Miss KMS is up next while we wait for Teddy Bond's question. You're welcome, Puzzle of Life. Miss KMS, your higher self says, your higher self is saying that you're appreciated for who you are. You're on this life path. Your higher self knows what it is. It's a bit of a mystery to you at the moment, but keep on following that path because it's going to make sense later. I've done a lot of things throughout my life, and it was only once I started doing this kind of work, maybe about 15 years ago, that it all made sense. It's like even the stuff that I did at uni didn't seem related to anything in my life because it was engineering, lots of physics-based stuff, and I didn't do it afterwards. And it's like, but once when I started doing this, it was like it made sense because I learned about chaos theory, I learned about metaphysics in it, I learned about metaphysics in it, like yeah. So it all made sense later. So your higher self is saying that things don't make sense at the moment, but they will make sense. You are appreciated just for who you are. So just keep on down that path. Treat life like it's like this, mystery, surprise mystery path. Like a computer game where you're going through these adventures and you make choices in it. If you view your life like that, it's going to get really exciting. You can start then appreciating it instead of thinking, I want this. I want this kind of life, and I must be doing something wrong because I don't have it yet. It's like, no, there's this really amazing, fun, adventurous path to it, which is way more than the thing that you're asking for. It's about an unfolding of yourself, getting to know yourself more, and so let life be an amazing adventure, like this mystery adventure, and know that you're appreciated for who you are within that. Also, your higher self is saying about intimacy, and intimacy comes from us being happy with ourselves. So until we're happy with ourselves and accepting of ourselves, we're going to show other people a mask. We're not going to show people who we really are. So say, and this is true for me, if I wasn't owning my strength and my aggressive side of me, if I wasn't, enjoying that with my time now and finding the fun in it, then I would project this, I would have this mask on. I wasn't that I was like a softer person than I actually am, that, not as strong as I really am. And that's what I used to do. I used to have that mask on. And so intimacy is about showing people who you really are. And you can only show people who you really are once you're completely accepting and loving who you really are. So go within. And if you've got intimacy problems with other people or sharing yourself, say if you've got a business and you're not really being yourself within it, or you don't know how to be yourself more within it, the answer is to go within. It's about the way that you're judging yourself or accepting and loving yourself. Deep stuff. Boss lady. Yeah. Gypsy at heart. It's cool, hey? Yeah, and still, and it's been amazing to live in the different places that I've lived. I've learned so much from living in different places. I've lived in the UK, I've lived in Germany, I've lived in Africa, in Uganda, I've lived in Australia, and now Thailand. For me, the UK was very hard. I found people very hard there, of course, with my family upbringing and everything, but I find people kind of emotionally closed off there. Not everybody, I'm generalizing, of course, but I find it a very hard place. Germany, the same. Oh, even harder in a way. Very hard people. Australia, to me, opened opened me up. People are more easygoing, friendly there. Helpful, definitely more helpful. So I went from a country that felt to me like everyone's trying to put hurdles in front of each other and not trying to help each other, trying to do the opposite, in fact, trying to stop everyone else. It's bizarre. When I went back, after being in Australia for a few years, I went back to visit, and I had my own massage business in Australia at the time, and so I went to this. What? When I went back, I decided to do massage while I was there. So I went to this, it was an Aveda salon. They had like a spa. And I asked them, could I use their room, the spa room, like rent the spa room to do massage out of? And they said, yeah. And I set up this, they had like one of those sitting massage chairs. So I set it up outside to give people like, free 5-minute shoulder massages while I told them what to do. I was doing readings and stuff too as well, energy healing and massage. Telling people what I did. And then I set that up and I went down to the main street because it was down a side street, and with chalks and chalked on the floor to say free shoulder massages, and did these lines and everything. And while I was doing that, people were like, are you allowed to do this? Like, it freaked people out. It's like, of course I am. I can do anything. Like, have you got permission from the council? It's like, what the hell? Like, people, like, we're human beings. It was just so different than Australia. It's like, that wouldn't have been, no one would have said that to me in Australia. Here is, so that's what I learned in Australia, is I opened up way more to support and to life being easier. For Americans, it's like being in Canada, apparently. And then Thailand, wow, Thailand, a whole new level. The people here, the way that they look after each other is just the best. It's the best. It's the best culture I've lived in, for sure, in many ways. There's parts of the culture I don't like, but not many. People really look after each other here. And my friends here, my Thai friends, like, that have been and lived in Australia, they say, it's horrible. They're like, they don't want to leave their country, a lot of them. And because if they have, they're like, it's horrible out there. Like, people don't look after you. They don't even say hello to you. They don't feed you. Like, they're just, Thais don't feed. We all look after each other. People that work here, right? So you've got a job in Thailand. You've got somewhere to live. You've got somewhere to stay. You get fed by them. You don't like work for someone and then they don't take care of you. They take care of you. If you're there, you get fed and you get a bed. It's just a whole different mindset, and it's lovely. And the men, they look after everyone, not just the women. They look after everyone. But as a woman, it's great because everyone's looking after you. There's none of this, the women are doing everything for the men kind of thing. None of that. In fact, I'd say it was more leaning toward the other. Like, the men take it as their responsibility to look after the men. It's the men, often the men that are cooking, the men that are providing, and taking care of everyone. It's awesome. So it's been amazing for me. Thank you. That really makes a lot of sense. Awesome, Miss KMS. I'm a Kiwi but live in Australia. Went to Thailand last year, and the energy in Thailand felt good. It is. I love it here. Really do. Yeah, and this island in particular, it's at another level. Islands, I love living on islands because it's slower paced. It's my kind of pace. People tend to have freer minds, like more freedom in their lives. I mean, I'm completely free, and so I know some things that people complain about living in Thailand, I haven't experienced here. So I think it's slightly different on this island than the rest. But I love the Thai people. I really do, and they think I'm Thai too. It's funny. It's like a lot of my Western friends on this island, they're like, how come you've got so many Thai friends? And it's like, I don't know. They just gravitate toward me. And my Thai friends have said, it's like, I'm not Frank, I'm Thai. A lot of them have said that. We've got similar energy, and so we attract each other. Very gentle people, generally. But one thing that I love about them is that emotional transparency. And what I mean by that is they're so clear. You know where you are with them. It's like the opposite of England. In England, people will pretend that they're not feeling what they're feeling. They'll be simmering with rage inside with a smile on their face. And that's really scary. When someone's being emotionally transparent, this is what it looks like. You're nice to a Thai, they're nice to you, they look after you. You mess with them, they go batshit crazy. I am talking batshit crazy. So you know exactly where you are with them because they're not hiding a thing. And that can be the scary side of them for some people, that bring out that side of them. And so, you know, if you've heard horror stories about people getting shot in Thailand, yeah, because if you do the wrong thing, then they're going to pull out a gun. Some people, not everyone, but it could happen. Same, a friend of mine told me this story. He was telling me about Thais. He's had Thai girlfriends, and he's currently got a Thai girlfriend. And he was telling me this story of his ex-girlfriend. He said they were in a bar, and I can't remember what the story was, but he's sat at the bar and he's got his money out to pay for the drinks, and he said something to her that upset her. Can't remember what it was, but what she did was she got the money and she tore it into pieces. She tore up all the money and flung it around. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's our money. But she'd lost it, and so she was expressing what was in her heart clearly at the time. So yeah, that can be funny. But I find it refreshing, really refreshing, and very safe that people are emotionally transparent like that. Yeah, come to Thailand, come to Koh Tao. Come to Koh Tao, you'll love it here. Come and train Muay Thai with me. Did I do everyone? Someone was asking a question, did I leave? Yeah, I can't see. What? No. Tatty Buns, are you still there? Anyway, we've gone over an hour now. So let's quit right there. Thank you everyone for coming along. Remember, subscribe to my channel. I do this every day. I might not do it tomorrow morning. I don't know. It's fight night tonight at the stadium, so who knows? I might stay out late with my friends, I don't know. Or I might be here in the morning. Subscribe to my channel. I want to get a lot more people on my channel. Share this if you've got friends that might want to come along and get some wisdom and might enjoy this and get a reading from me. Come along. Check out my website. It's behealing.com. What else? Oh yeah, my weekly reads and my daily reads on this YouTube channel. Check that out too. Click like on them all so that more people get to see them too. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for showing up, and I'll see you soon. Bye.